Rise and shine, roommates. It's your girl Lasasha M, and you're now entering into a genuine conversation. Grab a coffee or even a hot tea, whichever you prefer. Please join alongside me as we speak about different topics or diverse personalities. Now, open up your mind and curiosity as we speak about the topic mind over matter. Before we jump into the topic, I would love to define the two words mind as well as matter, and then I would love to define the phrase mind over matter. The word mind means the facility of consciousness and thought. The word matter means something that evokes a specific feeling. The phrase mind over matter means the willpower to overcome a specific problem or a physical problem. Now, while researching, reading, and also watching topics revolving around mind over matter, I have learned it does help reduce mental health as well as purify happiness. Now, that we got through the index of it all, let's get into the topic mind over matter. Mind over matter is something great to have in your growth garden. If you listened last year, you heard me speak a little bit about the growth garden and a metaphor and what that metaphor means to me. I'll be speaking about it right now as well as in the future. Now, the growth garden is just like a regular garden. You have your tools, you have your seed, and you have your flower bed. The growth garden, basically your tools is something you want to see change within you or within your future. Now, your seed is what you want to change or what you're working on. And then the flower bed is essentially your life. Now, just like a lot of us, when we started our journey in life to make sure we become the best we can be every day, we call that a life journey, a growth journey, or just even a journey. And that's what your growth garden essentially is. You are basically planting seeds, and every milestone you hit, your flower blossoms in your journey. Now, what we all started with is to love yourself. I know one of the journeys I went through was to love myself. My tools was what I wanted to see happen and change in my life, just telling me affirmations to myself, knowing I am beautiful no matter how I decide to dress, not living up to society standards. That is the tools that I was using for my flower to grow. Now my seed is to love myself, and my flower bed is my life. So just through the days in my life, I worked on new things on how to purify my happiness, how to motivate me to do better in my life, and also build my self-esteem. And through that, using those tools, my flower grew and grew. And once I knew that the love I had for myself was cherished forever, and no matter what, negativity or emotional wreck comes my way, I can never break the bond that I have between the love and myself. And that's what a growth garden is. Just basically the journeys that you go through in life and the accomplishments you make to make you a better you, a more understanding to yourself and to others. The growth garden, when it comes to mind and motivation, it's just going to allow you to have more restraint of your mind. Practicing mind over matter allows you to have self-control with your emotions, as well as allow you to live in the now. And that's how mind over matter works when it comes to mental health. A lot of people don't know how to live in the now. A lot of people don't know how to, have a cognitive thinking, a cognitive thought, clear mind. I know I struggle with that a lot, and that just heightened anxiety for me. I didn't know how to live in the now. I always wanted to know what 5 years look like tomorrow. And that was a huge challenge for me, and planting the seed of mind over matter in my life allowed me to take things day by day, knowing that if something isn't accomplished today, at least I tried. Mind over matter is allows me to push myself to the best of my ability without the uncontrollable emotions that I go through making the decision for me. Mind over matter allowed me to control my emotions as well. So speaking about emotions and identifying mind over matter, I just want to jump into my first reference, which is the TED Youth. Maya had spoke about basically how mindfulness Practicing mind over matter creates mindfulness, and mindfulness allows you to be more productive and happier. She also said that a way that you know to implicate mind over matter in your life is when your mind is overfilled with thoughts and consumed with thoughts at once, it is hard to handle. And one tool you can use to work on that issue is selective thinking, selective attention, selective thinking. And selective attention is basically when a lot of things consume your mind, you pick the most important, you pull it out, and you focus on that. And once you achieve it, you go to the second. And you just allow that to be repetitive in your life. And that is taking things day by day, allowing your mind to slow down and catch up to the 24 hours you only have in a day. So with that, she also gave us a little science history behind how meditation became a tool to practice mind over matter. She spoke about the monks and how they were just going through a lot of issues just like everyone else, no matter what time it was. That time period had some issues. She also speak about how scientists found gray matter around their brain, and that gray matter was related to stress. Now, just unintentionally they decided to meditate, and with that meditation the scientists have found that the gray matter actually had decreased around the brain. And with that, Maya had gave us some information saying if you meditate for 8 weeks 30 minutes a day, the gray matter around your brain will decrease, allowing you to prosper a little more with happiness, as well as being more focused within your day-to-day activities and able to have a clear mind. Speaking about clear mind, I'm going to jump into my second reference, which is the article Mind Over Matter. As I said, Mind Over Matter definitely focuses on the title, which is entailed, but it also focuses on an educator, Michael I. Posner, in his studies. He did a study called the attention state. I can't even. Why can't I think of it? I'm not gonna pull out my notes. I'm just gonna call it the attention state. It's called attention state training. There we go, y'all. That's how it might work. As long as you try, you will know. Okay, so he actually did a study called attention state training on a few individuals where they focused on mindful meditation. And in that mindful meditation, they really did, the training was called mindful meditation, and they focus on the nature of attention as well as people's, physical behavior. And with the studies, after a few weeks of going through their trials, they have seen that an executive network, which is a network that works within your brain, went up. And the executive network actually is your cognitive thinking as well as your behavior. It allows you to solve problems in your environment. And it didn't make them hyper. When I say it went high, I don't mean it made them hyper. Actually, when it says high, it allowed them to be more calmly, more focused, and more clear-minded. So that is two facts. And if you don't believe me, hopefully your curiosity has opened for you to look into the references I have mentioned, because both of them have mentioned how meditation relates to the reduce of stress as well as a tool to help you achieve mind over matter. Now, speaking about the trials, I also wanted to speak about how in that article they identified two neural networks that work in our brain when practicing mind over matter. One is, like I mentioned, executive network, and one is an orienting network. The orienting networks help orient to the external stimuli, which is your stimulus. And then I explained the executive network. I'll explain it again. The executive network actually allows you or helps you control or handle behavior in your environment. So both of them relates to mind over matter because it helps you relax, focus, and allows you to focus on the now. So, hopefully I got your minds jumping and how to practice mind over matter, knowing that school's coming back. Individuals that's going back to school as well as juggling work, mind over matter is a great thing to practice. It allows you to focus on what's going in your time, meaning like If you're in school, that's your time to focus on your school. It also allows you to focus on work when work comes at hand and when you have free time. Mind over matter allows you to become more organized and more scheduled with your life. It allows you to have restraint of the mind and it purifies your happiness. Hopefully, today's conversation open up your mind to research a little bit about mind over matter and how it can help your mental health. Until next time, roommates, it's your girl, Lasasha M. Turner.